what's up to all my zoners out there? My name is McKenna and today I'm going to be showing you my stretching routine. But the thing is that I haven't stretched or practiced that for a really long time. I did gymnastics from like up until the age between 9 to 12 or 13, and I was really getting the groove of it. I got my back bend down, I was working on front handsprings, back handsprings, but eventually some things happened and I had to stop doing it for a while. One was mental health, and two, it just really conflicted with my school schedule and I couldn't do it. But I love gymnastics. Like, I felt free when I did it. But I haven't stretched and practiced for it for probably about 1 or 2 years, and I finally want to start practicing again so I can be ready when I do go back into it after COVID's done. I at least want to go to 2 competitions and get my front handspring down and my back handspring down, and that would be a huge deal for me. So here's my stretching routine as a gymnast who wants to get back into gymnastics. Let's go. Now for my first exercise, I wanted to stretch out my arms, and I wanted to hold at least one arm out like this for 20 seconds. Then I'm going to switch to my other arm and hold it for 20 seconds as well. Now this stretch is actually kind of important because if you want to do a back bend or front handspring or back handspring, your shoulders and arms have to be loose and flexible. If they're not and you just try to jump right into it, it's not going to end too well for you. Make sure that your joints are loose and ready to go. Now for this next stretch, it really helps loosen up your shoulders and arms. You may not be able to tell what I'm doing right now, but I'll explain it. So basically, you want to hold your hands together and put them behind your back and squat up and down. This really helps loosen up your shoulders. And you at least want to do this 5 times. Now we're going to sit in a butterfly position. Now this exercise is really good to get your legs and muscles more flexible. Try to push them down up as far as you can and see if you can get it to the floor. If you can't, that's okay. Just keep practicing every single day. Now go into a straddle position. This is another great exercise to get your legs more flexible, and go back and forth and back and forth, and finally reach for your toes while pointing them and hold this position for about 10 seconds. Now come back up and do the same to the other side. Now come back up and we'll do our next stretch. Walk your hands to the floor and try to get your forehead all the way down and hold this for about 10 seconds. Now for our next stretch, we're going to go into a pike position and make sure you point your toes. This is also a great way to stretch out your back and make your legs more flexible, and hold this for about 20 seconds. Then when you come back up, you're going to point your toes towards yourself and see if you can lift your heels off the ground with your hands, and hold this for about 20 seconds. Then you're going to go into a child's pose and stretch up into a cobra. Make sure your hips are off the ground and you're really pushing hard to lift up your neck and back up. This is really good for making your back more flexible, and hold this for about 20 seconds. Now go into a mermaid pose and try to reach your toes to your head. Of course, I'm not even near doing this, but I still have to practice. Then go back and do a child's pose to stretch out your back. Now we're going to do the splits. Now I know the splits can seem really intimidating, but just practice every single day and stretch as I am, and I promise you'll get to do them. Stretch your leg back like this and hold, and then go back to that position. Then slowly start to slide into your splits. And try to hold it for at least 5 seconds if you can. Now we're going to go into a half bridge. Now this is really important so you can get ready for your full bridge, and try to hold this for about 20 seconds. Now get ready because we're about to go into our full bridge. So really push up with the palms of your hands to lift up your body. Try to make your arms straight. If you can't, like me, that's totally okay. Just keep on practicing and eventually you'll get your perfect bridge. Now for our last stretch, we're going to do a back bend into the wall. Now this helps you prepare to do your full back bend and kind of acts as training wheels. So just walk down like this and then come right back up. And that's it. We're done. And yeah, that was my kind of a light stretching routine, but I'm going to keep practicing every single day before I go back into gymnastics because I at least want to have my back bend done. But thank you all so much for watching, and hey, if you followed along, that's great. If you watched it just for later, like, awesome. But like, I love you guys so much, and remember, always stay in the zone and never go off zone. Bye guys!